is everybody doing? Oh, there's more people than I thought. Oh my God. Because I know there is a lot of people celebrating the day of today.
Recording también por acá.
Okay,
Ok.
let's record.
Todos recuerden que hay interpretación.
Okay,
Remember,
everybody
speak
remember that
English.
there is
There is
interpretation.
translation. So you have to hit the interpretation button and that's it. You can hear everything in English, okay? Just for you to know. Bueno, mis amores, les cuento. Déjenme ir por
Okay,
acá.
darlings. So let me
Aquí
do
está.
something for a second. Okay, here I am. Let's
Cuéntame
see.
quiénes de los que están aquí les
Let
estaba
me know
preguntando
who
son nuevos en el
here I
negocio.
was
¿Quiénes
asking
están
is new in
acá
the business. Who
empezandito? A lo mejor
here
se
is
firmaron
just
ahorita, a lo
starting?
mejor se
Maybe they
firmaron
just
ayer.
enrolled.
Bienvenida,
Maybe they
bienvenido
enrolled
en ese
yesterday.
iPhone. Sí, por
Welcome.
eso te
Welcome,
digo bienvenida,
iPhone. That's
bienvenido.
why I say welcome,
Samia, bienvenida. Nos
iPhone,
encanta
because that's what it
traer
says.
a alguien más,
Samia,
alguien más.
welcome,
Les cuento
welcome.
de
We're
qué se
happy to see
trata.
you. Who else? Let's see.
Aún
Let
no
me
hacen
tell you what
upgrade, no
this is
importa, pero
about.
si
You
están
didn't
aquí,
upgrade
bienvenidas
yet?
aquí.
No problem. But if
Aquí
you're
no se
in,
preocupen.
you're here. So don't worry
Les
about it.
contamos les cuento un poquito de qué se trata el entrenamiento de hoy.
I
Esto es lo que
just
se
told you
llama
a bit
onboarding
what
o
this
oficina
training is
virtual.
about. It's called
La idea es que si
onboarding
sepas,
or
se va a
virtual
practicar.
office.
Inclusive hay
The
personas que ya
idea
están en
is
el
for you
negocio y
to
llevan
know
un tiempito y
what
todavía
the virtual
les
office is
cuesta un
about. For
poquito
there are
moverse en la
people who have been
página,
in the
en la
business
oficina
for a little
virtual.
while and they take a bit longer to
So, el
move around the
objetivo,
virtual
ustedes me
office,
preguntan, bueno, pero ¿por
back
qué
office. So maybe
vuelven a
you
hacer
ask yourself,
el
so why
entrenamiento de nuevo? Porque
do
aunque no
they
lo
do
crean,
this training again?
tenemos muchos chats y en todos
Because
nos hacen las
believe it or
mismas
not,
preguntas
we have a
una y
lot of
otra vez. Eso
chats, and in
significa que
all those
todavía no lo han
chats, they
aprendido.
ask us
Y la
once and
realidad es que
again
esta es
and
como
over
la
and over, and
base
that
del
means that they
negocio. Y los
haven't learned
jueves,
it.
los
And this is like
entrenamientos del
the
jueves,
foundation
es
of the
lo que
business.
crea la
In the
fundación
trainings of
hacia dónde va
Thursday,
tu
this
negocio.
is
¿Por qué? Porque tú tienes que saber
what
dónde están
brings
tus
you
comisiones,
to
tú
your
tienes que
business,
saber
because you
cómo
need to know
entregar
where your
la cestilla
commissions
de venta,
are,
tanto de
how
productos como para las
to
personas que se quieran afiliar
have
en tu
send
equipo. Tú
your
tienes que
sales
saber
link
cuáles son
for
los
your
enlaces que debes
clients and
tener,
your
etcétera,
affiliates.
etcétera,
You need to
etcétera.
know what
Entonces,
links you have, etc.,
lo que
etc.,
hacemos hoy
etc.
es eso, ir
So
por
what we are
encima de
doing
cada
now
uno de
is
los
this.
pasos
We
que
are
ustedes tienen
going
que seguir.
over
Perdón,
all
tengo
the
que
steps
correr
that you need
para
to
la
follow.
traductora, tengo que
Oh,
correr
sorry.
porque me
I
están
just
llamando,
remembered I
así que
have to
voy
speak a bit
a mi
slower for
ritmo.
the interpreter because I'm always
Bienvenidas.
going
El
at a million
recordatorio
per
ya
hour.
es.
So I have to
Entonces,
remind myself.
vamos a empezar
So
por,
let's start
¿verdad?
in
Lo
order, okay?
primerito que
The
tenemos que saber.
first thing that we need to know,
Uno, que
number
ya todos
one,
los que están
is
afiliados,
that
ya tú eres
everybody
una
who is
distribuidora, un
affiliate, you're
distribuidor
already a
oficial de
distributor, an
LifeWave.
official distributor of
Por lo tanto, tú
LifeWave.
tienes todo
So
el
you
derecho
have the whole
completamente de
right
hablar, de
to
compartir
talk,
toda la
to
información de
share
lo que tiene que ver
all
con
the
el
information that
X39 y con
has
el
to do
resto
with
de los parches.
X39 and the rest
Aunque
of the
de
patches.
antemano les digo algo, nosotros nos
But
enfocamos en el
beforehand, let me
X39.
tell you that
Esto es
we are
importante
focused
que
on
lo sepan las personas
X39, and
nuevas.
it's
¿Por qué
important
nos
for
enfocamos?
everybody new
Aunque
to
hay
know about
12
this.
parches más, 11
Why do we
parches
focus
más.
even though there's
Sí es
12 more
cierto,
patches?
pero el X39 es el de la
It's true.
tecnología más
But the
avanzada y además es
X39
el
is the
único que
most
tiene la
advanced
tecnología que
technology, and it's the
reactiva
only
tus
one
propias células
which has a
madres.
technology
Y
that
es el
reactivates your own
producto, la
stem cells. And
tecnología
it's the
que llevó a
product
la
and the
compañía
technology
LifeWave
that brought the
al
company
crecimiento
LifeWave
abismal que ha
to
tenido
the
en los últimos
enormous
4
growth
años,
that it's
porque
had in the
el
last four
X39 se
years, because
lanzó por primera vez en el
X39
año
has
2020,
launched for
hace
the first
4
time in
años.
2020,
Ahí fue
four
donde
years
la
ago.
compañía triplicó sus ganancias.
This is
Entonces,
where the
las personas que
company
llevan ya
tripled
estos
their
años
earnings.
dentro de LifeWave, los líderes, como
That's
todo el
why
equipo,
in these
de
years,
17
the leaders and
líderes,
the whole team
la
of This
mayoría,
Is
el
It,
99%
most of
americanos,
them
nosotros somos los
99%
pioneros dentro del
American,
mercado latino.
we are
Pues
pioneers
entonces,
in the
eso es lo que
Latin
ellos han hecho. Y
market.
nosotros seguimos porque si
This
seguimos dando
is what
resultados
they've
debemos
done, and
replicar
we
lo que
will
ellos hacen,
follow
¿verdad?
because
Entonces,
we
lo
need to
primero que tiene que haber
duplicate
pasado
what they
después que
do.
tú te
So the
enrolaste,
first thing
después
that
de que
had
te
to do
hiciste
happen
distribuidor o
after you
distribuidora,
enrolled,
tú
after
debes
you
haber
became a
recibido un email.
distributor, you
Si te
must have
acuerdas, tú
received
tienes
an
que,
email.
tú creaste
If you
un
remember,
usuario y
you
creaste un password
received
que es
a
tuyo.
user and a
La
password,
mayoría de
which
las
is
veces, y yo
yours.
se lo recomiendo, todas las personas
Most of
que
the
nosotros
times, and this is
inscribimos, que siempre
something
le doy
I
la siguiente
recommend
instrucción.
each person
Escucha,
that
mi
you
amor,
enroll, I always give the same
escribe en el
advice.
teléfono
Listen to
tu
this, right?
usuario y tu
On your
password.
phone, your
¿Ok?
username
Hay
and your
personas que como
password, okay?
usuario dejan el
There are
número
people
que le
that
asigna
leave
la
the
compañía. Tú
number that the
quieres que tu
company
usuario sea
assigns them as a
fácil de recordar,
username, but
usualmente pones
you
tu
want it
nombre.
to be
El de
something
nosotros es
easy to
Rachel y
remember. I
Carlos.
normally
A lo mejor si tu nombre está
recommend to
tomado
use your
porque
name.
no
Ours
es
is
un
Rochelle
nombre
and
común,
Carlos. If your name
bueno,
is a
pues ponle
common name and it's
Marta
been
49,
taken,
por
then it can
ejemplo.
be Martha
Tú le
49, for
puedes agregar
example.
un número, pero que
You
sea
can add
un
a number,
usuario que tú
but
puedas
it has to
recordar.
be a user that you can remember. Immediately after that happens, after you receive the email, the first thing you need to do is to go to your virtual office. Okay, Rachel, so how does my virtual office look? This is what I'm going to show you right now. Let's go bit by bit. step by step
entender
so you can
el
understand
resumen.
this fully
¿Ok?
and see it.
Aquí voy contigo. Tu oficina virtual
Okay, your
va a
virtual
lucir
office
exactamente
is going
como
to look
esto.
exactly
Es
like
una
this.
página web
It's
que
a web
ustedes se
page.
ponen a pensar, la
If
mayoría
you think about it,
de las compañías,
most of the companies,
ya en cuanto tú te inscribes, te dan tu
the
página web.
minute
Ya
moment
es
that
una
you
página
enroll,
web.
they give you
Pónganse a
your
pensar,
web page. It's a web page.
negocio
So think
que te,
business,
lo que inviertes es de doscientos noventa y
what you
cinco a
invest is
$1,700
295
una
to
vez. Y después una suscripción mensual
$1,700
de
just
ciento
once.
noventa y nueve dólares
And after that,
que
the
es el
monthly
autoenvío, que
subscription of
ahorita después voy a hablar de eso.
$199, which is the auto
¿Qué
shipment, which I will
negocio,
talk
qué
about later.
empresa
What
para tú
business, what
lanzarla sale
company
eso? Ya por ahí
that
estamos
you
trabajando. Y además
launch
no tienes ni que pagar
starts with
por
this,
el
and you don't
mantenimiento
even
de tu
have to
página
pay
web
for the
y
maintenance
además
of
tú
the
no
web
tienes que
page,
encargarte del
and
envío de los
you don't
productos
have to be in
ni
charge
de
of sending
lidiar
the
con los
products
customers, de los
or
consumidores. Eso
with
lo hace la compañía.
having contact with
¿Ok?
the customers,
Entonces,
okay?
acá
Because that's what the company
así
does.
luce tu oficina
So this is how
virtual.
your virtual office
Importante.
looks.
¿Cómo encuentras
Important.
tu perfil? Aquí
How do
arribita
you
en la
find your
extrema derecha
profile? Up
va a estar
here
tu
on the
perfil.
right
Acá
corner, you're
tú
going to
puedes
see your
cambiar
profile.
el idioma en el que
And
tú
here
quieres que
you
te
can
salga la
change the
información del
language in
panel.
which you prefer
Ahora
the
yo lo voy a dejar en
information
español para
of the web
ustedes.
page to
Y
be.
aquí tú vas y
And
visitas tu
I'm going to leave
perfil.
it there for you
¿Qué
so
tú
to
debes
see, and
chequear
then
en
you
tu
go to
perfil?
your profile.
Ok,
And what do
aquí
you
vas
need
a
to
ver
check on your
toda la
profile?
información. Perdón, voy a ir a
And
configuración.
here we're going to see
Listo.
all the
Voy a ir a
information. Let me go
configuración.
to the
Acá
setup,
en
okay?
configuración te va a dejar
Here in
saber
the setup,
qué nombre
you
es el
are
que
going
tienes.
to see
Mucha gente no
what
le ponen
name
foto.
you
Yo les
have. Many
recomiendo que le
people
pongan
don't
foto.
put a
Porque si
photograph.
alguien está
I
buscando, hay
recommend you to
personas
put
que
your
entran porque te
photograph
vieron en las
because if
redes
they're searching
sociales
for you, there
y
are
de pronto
people who
buscan tu
enroll because they
nombre
saw you on
y
social
pueden
media
estar confundidos.
and they're
¿Será
looking
ella?
for your
¿Será
name
él?
and they
¿No
could be
es? Cuando
confused.
ven
Is
una
it
foto,
her? Is
dicen,
it
así es
him?
ella.
When
So
they
yo
see a
les
picture, they're
recomiendo
like,
que
okay,
pongan
yes, it's
foto.
her. So I
¿Verdad?
recommend that you
Acá,
put your picture. Okay?
esta sesión, hay
Here
muchas
in this
personas que
session, there
no
are many
toman una
people
decisión. Aquí lo que te
who don't
explica
take a
es
decision.
usar mi
What
nombre
this
completo para el
explains is that you
contenido de
can use your
reconocimiento,
complete name for the
usar mi
content
nombre
of recognition. You can
personalizado
use a
para el contenido de
personalized name for
reconocimiento,
the content of
usar el
recognition.
nombre de mi
You
empresa en
can
caso
use
de
a
que te hayas
company name
inscrito en mi
in case
empresa
you enrolled as a
o no
company
participar en el
or not
reconocimiento público.
participate in the
Esa
public
olvídala.
recognition. Forget
Entonces tú
about that one.
decides, por ejemplo,
Okay?
mi esposo y
So
yo,
then you
todos los que
decide, for
hemos
example, my
trabajado con los
husband and
ganadores
I,
en Dallas, en la
all
convención,
the
ya nosotros habíamos esto, lo habíamos estipulado, que
prizes
todo se
that we
viene a
won
nombre
in
de
Dallas
Carlos
in the
García y Rachel
convention, we
Díaz.
already
Tú
had said
quieres
that
eso,
everything
porque
should
esos son los
go out in name of
reconocimientos tuyos
Carlos
que vas a
Diaz
votar. Entonces,
and
si no lo aceptas,
Carlos
porque vamos a
Garcia,
hacerlo,
sorry,
hay
and
muchas
Rachel
personas
Diaz.
que esto ni
So you
siquiera lo
can
han
choose
visto.
that. But there are
Porque
many
te estoy
people that
diciendo,
probably haven't
¿cómo
even seen
hiciste?
this.
Viste acá,
So how
viniste
did
a
they do
perfil ya,
this? You
cambiar
go here
configuración.
and you
Y
change the
dentro te
setup.
sale toda esa
And
información.
inside you have all that
Fecha de
information in
nacimiento,
the
en este caso
setup.
está
Date
solo
of
la del
birth, in
esposo,
this
el
case it's
email, el
only my husband's,
idioma,
the
todo.
email,
¿Qué
the
es importante
language,
de acá?
everything. What
Esto
is
que
important
vemos
here?
acá.
What I'm
Tu
showing you right now.
preferencia binaria.
Your binary
Recuerden que ustedes han
preference, okay?
entrado en un modelo de
Remember that
negocio
you
que es
enrolled into a
reconocido como
business
network
model which
marketing o
is
multinivel
recognized as network
o
marketing
red de
or
mercadeo
multi-level
o venta directa y
or
diferentes
direct
nombres, es
sales
lo mismo.
or network marketing.
Este
It's
es
the
un
same thing.
modelo binario.
This
Hay
is a
otros que son
binary
modelos
model. There are
uninivel.
other models which are
Este es
unilevel.
binario. ¿Qué
This
significa
is a
binario?
binary. What
De
does
todos
binary mean?
lados, un
It
equipo
means I have two
izquierdo,
sides,
un
a
equipo
team on my
derecho.
left and a
Algunos le
team
dicen
on my
una
right.
pata izquierda,
And some
una
call
pata
them the
derecha, una manga
left leg
izquierda, una
and the
manga
right
derecha. Hay
leg.
diferentes formas.
There are
¿Viste?
different ways of
Izquierdo
saying
y
it. I
derecho.
like left
Eso
team
empieza
and right
así.
team.
Izquierdo,
This is how
derecho. Y
it
en base
is,
a eso, tú
left
creas
and
la
right.
estructura.
And
¿Cómo tú creas
based
la
on that, you
estructura?
create the
Acá.
structure. How do you create a
¿Qué quiere
structure? You
decir
do it
eso? Que
here.
en
What does
base a
that
tus
mean?
numeraciones,
Based on your
y te
numbers,
voy a ir acá a mi
and I'm
inicio.
going to go here.
Por ejemplo,
For
ahora mismo,
example,
¿dónde tú ves tus
right
números?
now, where do you see
Acá,
your numbers?
en este
Here,
lado
on this
derecho de tu
right
página.
side of your
¿Cuál es
page.
el número que tú te
So
tienes que
what is the
fijar?
number that
Mírenlo
you
aquí.
need to look at?
Left
Here
volume
it says left
total
volume
o
total
volumen
or
total de la
total
izquierda.
volume
Left
of the
es
left
izquierda.
side
O right
or
volume
right
total
volume total
o el total de
or
tu
the
volumen.
total
Derecho.
volume of your
¿Qué
right
significa esto?
side.
Si ustedes miran,
What does this
yo
mean?
ahora mismo nosotros
If you
tenemos en la
look at
izquierda
this right now, on the left we have
22.267 puntos de
22,000
volumen y en la
to
derecha 31,
177 points, and on the right,
31.491. ¿Qué quiere decir eso? Que
31,491.
mi
What does that mean?
derecha
It means
es
that
ahora mismo
my
mi pierna de
right
poder.
is right now
Mi
my
derecha
strongest
es mi
leg.
pierna de poder.
My right is my
Pero como
strongest leg. But
en las
just
clases de
as
plan
we've
de
taught you in the
compensación, si
compensation
no has
plan
visto ninguna,
classes, if you
vete al
haven't seen
canal
any,
de
go to the channel
información
the
y ahí
information
están
channel
todas las grabaciones
and
o a boards.
play around
Como
because
yo les he
all the
enseñado,
recordings are there,
siempre
or in
queremos
boards,
que
as
la
we've taught
pierna
you.
débil,
We
la
always
pierna
want the
fuerte, en
strong
este caso
leg,
es mi derecha,
which in this case is
tenga
my right
dos
leg,
veces
to
los
have
números de la
twice
débil.
the numbers of the weak leg.
Significa que si mi
This
débil
means
ahora
that if
mismo
my
tiene
weak
22
leg right
mil,
now is
pues entonces la
22,000,
mía
well, then
fuerte yo
my
quiero que tenga
strong leg, I
44
want
mil.
to have
Y todavía estoy
44,000,
por debajo.
and I'm still
Esa es la razón por
underneath.
la que si tú
That is
vas
the
a
reason
mi
why if you
configuración,
go to
yo
my
busco mi
setup,
configuración,
in my
¿dónde la
setup,
tengo? En la
where do I
derecha.
have it? I have
¿Qué
it on the right.
significa eso?
What
Que
does that
cada
mean?
venta,
It means that
cada gente
each
que se inscriba
sale,
va a ir a mi
each person
derecha.
that enrolls is
¿Para
going to
qué?
go to my
Para
right.
seguir
For what?
aumentando el
So we
volumen a
can
mi derecha.
continue increasing the volume on my right.
Entonces, esta configuración tú siempre
So
la
this
cambias.
setup
Yo
is something
siempre
that you
les
will
digo
always
a
change.
toda la
I
gente de
always
nuestro equipo
say
que yo
to
entreno,
everybody from our team that we train,
siempre se los digo, lo que tienen que hacer
I
es,
always say to them,
antes
what
de
you need
inscribir a
to do
alguien,
is before you
chequear su
enroll
configuración.
someone, you need to check
¿Por
your
qué
setup.
razón?
Okay?
Importante.
What
Una
reason?
vez
This is
inscribirse,
important because
tienen
once you
tres
enroll that person,
días
you only have
hábiles,
3 work
tres
days,
días para cambiarlo de
three
configuración.
days to change
No
that
más de
setup.
ahí. Hay gente
No
que
more
no
than
cree
that.
esta información
There are
y de
people that
pronto
don't
cuando
hear
ya
this
van a llegar a
information, and
manager,
suddenly,
ven
when
que
they're
están
about to
todos del
reach
lado izquierdo o
manager,
del lado
they
derecho,
realize that they're
porque
on
no
the left or
estuvieron
on
al
the right
tanto de su
side because
configuración.
they
El
were not paying
binario es
attention to their
configuración.
setup. The binary is the setup.
Entonces, antes de inscribir a
So
cualquiera,
before
1, 2,
enrolling
20, 15,
anyone,
7.
1,
El otro
2,
día yo estaba
20,
haciendo una llamada de
15,
presentación en casa
70.
de Gaby,
The other
aquí en
day I
Tulsa.
was doing a
Y le dije, vamos a
presentation
ver tu
call in Gavi's
configuración.
house here in
Vamos a ver
Tulsa, and
tus
we said,
números antes de
come
empezar a
on,
inscribir
let's
a toda
check
esta
your
gente.
setup. Let's see your numbers
Porque hay
before
que ir
enrolling all
armando
these
su
people because
configuración de
we
acuerdo
need
al
to
rango que quieres
organize
llegar.
your setup depending
Manager,
on which
todos
rank you
sabemos
want
que
to
tenemos que
reach.
tener
Manager, we all know that you
300
need to
puntos,
have
perdón, volumen
300 points
personal,
in personal
personal,
volume,
dos a la izquierda, dos a la
two at the
derecha, que si
left
hay
and
alguien
two at the
de
right
core
that have
hacia arriba,
enrolled from core
dos a la
onward,
izquierda,
two
dos
on
a
the
la derecha.
left and two on the right.
So, tú tienes que hacer, voy a inscribir
So
a
you
dos,
need
lo
to
pongo a la
do,
izquierda.
okay, I'm going to enroll
Ah, pero
two,
ahora
and
viene
they're
el
going to be at
tercero,
my
tengo que
left.
ir a
Oh,
cambiar
but
a la
the
derecha.
third one is coming. I need to
No
change
después,
to the right,
antes.
not
Y si
afterwards,
lo haces
before.
después, sabes que
And if
tienes
you
que...
do it after,
¿Entendido
you
hasta
know
ahí?
you have 3 days. Do you
¿Por qué
understand?
quieres el doble en una pierna?
Why do you
Porque
want to
una
be
de
to
las
have
maneras de
double on
ganar
one
dinero,
leg?
hoy no
Because
es
one
compensation plan,
of the
clase
ways of earning
de
money, because
compensación,
today is not the
pero los
compensation plan,
ciclos es
okay?
una de las
But the
maneras de ganar
cycles is
dinero.
one of the ways that
Y
you
para
can
hacer
earn
un
money.
ciclo, tú
So to be
tienes
able to make a cycle, you
330
have
en tu pierna
330
débil
on your
y
weak leg
660
and
en tu pierna fuerte.
660 on your
Eso hace un
strong
ciclo.
leg.
Y
That
por un
makes
ciclo te
one
pagan
cycle.
$50
And for
por
one
cada
cycle, you
ciclo.
get paid $50
Por
per
lo
cycle.
tanto,
So
330,
that means that
660 es el doble
330,
de 330.
660 is
Tú
double of
quieres tener en tu
330.
pierna
You want
poderosa,
to
que
have
puede ser
on
la
your
izquierda,
strong
puede ser
leg, that
la
can be the
derecha,
left or could be the
cualquiera.
right,
¿Cómo lo sabes? Por tus
any of those.
bidirecciones.
How do you know?
Si los
Because of
números
your
elevados,
numbers.
eso es tu
If
pierna
you have an elevated
fuerte.
number, that's your strong
Ahí
leg.
tú debes
There
tener muchos
is where you should have a lot
660.
of
En la débil,
660s. On the
muchos
weak leg, a
330.
lot of
Cada
330s.
330, 660
Every
hacen un ciclo.
330 or 630, make a
Estaban
cycle.
preguntándome dónde
They
están
were asking
los
me where are
canales de
the
información y esto es
information channels,
esencial.
and this is crucial.
Todos ustedes tienen
All of
este
you
enlace.
have this link here. Wait a second.
¿Dónde
Okay,
está?
boards. Here it is.
De Boards. Boards es una
From boards.
aplicación.
Boards is an app.
En esta aplicación, ustedes tienen un
So in this
enlace que
app,
todo esto está en el canal
you
de
all have a
información.
link and you're going to see all that in the
Nuestro equipo se llama
information
Be the Light.
channel. And
Be the
our
Light es
team is
este.
Be
Y
the
tú vas a ver
Light.
que aquí tienes todo en inglés y todo en español.
And you can
Míralo
see
acá.
everything here in
Acá
English and in
está
Spanish.
todos los entrenamientos de
Here, register
todos los
information,
días, las
all the
grabaciones y las
enrollment
muestras
information,
antes.
all
La
the
única
recordings that we
razón
do
por
every
la
day,
que
they're
yo
all
lo
here.
sigo poniendo en el canal de información de Telegram es porque hay
Because
mucha
the only
gente que
reason why
todavía
I
no
keep on
usa
putting this information
boards.
in Telegram is because there's
El
people that still don't
20%
use
de
boards.
nuestro equipo usa boards.
20% of
El
our
otro
teams
80%
use
todavía ni ha
board. The
llegado.
other 80% hasn't even started.
Entonces, como veo que no están usando esto, pues también
So since I
mantengo el
see that you're
Telegram.
not
Y ya
using
estamos
this,
armando el
that's why
YouTube
I
channel,
maintain
el canal de
Telegram. And
YouTube,
we're also
solo de
preparing
Be
a
the Light.
YouTube
Y ahí
channel
vamos a
only
tener
for
todos
Be
los
the Light,
entrenamientos y ustedes
where we're
pueden
going to
entrar ahí
put
con sus
all the
equipos. Ya lo
trainings
estamos
and you
finalizando.
can access with your teams.
Porque
We're finalizing
tenemos que
this
darle todos los recursos.
because we need to
Acá,
give
miren
you
esto.
all the
Este
resources.
mensaje de
Here, look at
bienvenida,
this. This welcome message.
mírenlo acá. Este
Look at
mensaje
this.
de bienvenida
This welcome
dice
message
todo, pero absolutamente
says
todo
everything and
de lo que...
absolutely everything.
Bueno, ahora se los envío por acá, que creo que lo puedo hacer por acá.
Let me send it here.
Déjame ver si me lo permite.
Let's see if I can send it
Text,
here. Let's see, copy
Bueno,
text.
este enlace,
So this link,
mensaje de bienvenida,
this
te
welcome
va a decir a
message
ti
is going to tell
absolutamente
you
todo
absolutely
los
everything,
enlaces que tú tienes que agregarte.
all the
Pero no
links that you need
solamente
to
tú,
add, but not
sino
only you,
también
also
todo tu equipo.
all your
Todo
team.
tu equipo
All your team
puede entrar. ¿Qué es lo que tú tienes que
can
hacer? No puede ser,
access.
repítalo
What
otra
do
vez.
you have to do?
Todo lo que tú tienes que hacer es enviar ese
Everything that
mensaje.
you,
Y ese es
the
un
only thing you
mensaje
have to do is
redactado por
send this
nosotros,
message. This is a message
donde
that we
tienes
wrote.
el canal de
You
información,
have the
el
information
canal de
channel,
testimonios,
testimonial
el
channel,
chat de conversación.
the conversation
Cada
chat.
vez que tú inscribas a alguien,
Each time
tú le
that you
envías ese
enroll
mensaje
someone, you can
predeterminado.
send them that
¿Qué te recomiendo
message
que
that is
hagas?
already
Tomas
written.
ese mensaje, copy,
What do I recommend for you to
paste
do? Take
en
that
una nota de tu
message,
teléfono
copy, paste in
para
a
que
note
cada
in
vez
your
que tú
phone.
inscribas
So
a
each
alguien,
time that you
se lo
enroll
envíes.
someone, you can
¿Qué es
send it
lo
to
que va a
them.
hacer eso?
What is that going
Conectar,
to do? Is going to
plug
connect,
in todo
plug
tu
in
equipo con estos
the whole
entrenamientos.
team with
Escúchame,
this training.
primero la meta
Now,
nuestra
listen to
es
this. First of
crecer
all,
y
our
crecer y
goal is
crecer
to grow and
el
grow
grupo
and grow
hispano
the
en
Hispanic
LifeWave.
group in
Estuvimos
LifeWave.
en la convención
We were
y
at the
nuestro
convention,
9.9
and
era americano, era de Portugal,
99% was
era de
North
Dubái,
American
era
or for
de otros lados
Portugal,
que no eran latinos y no
Dubai,
hablaban español.
any other place,
Éramos
but
muy
not
pocos,
Latin, not
muy
Spanish
pocos.
speakers. We were very,
Un
very
grupo de
little
Puerto Rico
Hispanic
y
speakers,
nosotros.
a group from Puerto
That's it.
Rico and us. That's it.
Para
No one
poder
else.
hacer eso,
So to be
tenemos
able
que
to do this,
conectar a
we
nuestro
need
equipo.
to
¿Para qué? Para que
connect
sea
our
entrenado,
team. For what?
para que
For
aprenda,
them to be
para que tenga
trained,
la
for them
información
to learn,
adecuada, para que
for them to
tengamos
have
un
the correct
solo
information,
mensaje
for us to have just
que
one
les dijo a
message.
ustedes: fe,
I
propósito
say to you,
y servicio.
faith, purpose, and
Grábate
service.
esas palabras. El
Remember those
centro de nuestro
words.
equipo:
The
fe,
center of our
propósito
team,
y
faith,
servicio.
purpose, and service.
Cambiar vidas, transformar
Changing
vidas de
lives,
forma y manera
transforming lives
natural.
in a natural way.
Salud y
Health
finanzas,
and
dos
finances,
áreas
two
que son esenciales para la
areas which
estabilidad de un
are
hogar.
essential for the
Salud
stability
y
of a
finanzas.
home.
Cualquiera de
Health
estas
and
dos áreas
finances.
que
If
estén
any of
peleando,
these
que
two
estén en rompimiento,
segments
hay
are
un
breaking
disparate.
down, there
Causa problemas,
is a
causa
lack of
división.
balance, a
Entonces tú
problem,
tienes que
a
entender que somos
division. So you
bendición.
need to understand that
Si
we
no
are a
conectamos al equipo
blessing.
con los
If we
entrenamientos,
don't connect the
no
team with
reciben la
the
información.
trainings,
¿Qué tienes que hacer tú como
they
líder?
don't receive the
Inmediatamente
information. What do
darle
you
los
have to do
enlaces.
as a
¿Qué
leader? You have
tienes
to
tú que hacer
immediately
como
give them
líder?
the links. As
Recordatorios.
a leader,
Primero
immediately
mencionarles.
send a
Yo sé que hoy
reminder
es
of
un
the
día que
trainings.
muchos
I
de
know
nosotros
today is a
venimos
day
afuera
that
a celebrar
many
porque
people are
tenemos
out
alguna
with their
celebración.
kids
Pero hay
celebrating, not me
personas que
because I
sí.
never
Ok,
celebrate this, but there are people who do.
vieron la
Okay,
grabación.
you
Chicas,
saw the
chicos, vieron la
recording.
grabación.
Guys, girls, did
Haz
you
tu
see the
propio
recording?
chat.
Do
Tienes
your
a todo
own
el mundo
chat.
en Telegram,
You
pero
have
haz tu propio
everybody
chat.
in Telegram, so prepare your own chat with
Muchas
your team.
gracias, Sol, amiga, por poner eso. Haz
Thank you
tu
very
propio
much, Sol,
enlace,
my
tu
friend,
propio
for putting
chat
that.
con el equipo
Prepare
tuyo,
your
que
own
puedas
link, your
hablar, que
own
puedas
chat with your
mantener
team so you
toda tu
can talk
comunicación con
and
ellos.
maintain
Porque lo
all your
repito, donde se
communication where you can
empoderen, donde les
motivate them,
mandes todas las
empower them,
PDF, nosotros damos
send them all the
constantemente
PDFs. We're
información
constantly giving
sobre
out
estas cosas.
information about
Entonces,
this.
ya les enseñé cómo
So
cambiar
I
a las
already
personas
taught
de lado.
how to change
Díganme si
people
entendieron hasta ahí.
from sides.
¿Cómo se
Tell me if
cambia
you
la
understood this.
configuración?
How do you change the
Sencillo.
setup?
Derecho
Your
o
profile,
izquierdo. Antes de
right
inscribir a
or
alguien,
left?
voy,
Before
chequeo
enrolling
a yo la
somebody,
quiero de la
I
derecha,
check. I
a yo la
want them
quiero
in
de la
the left
izquierda.
or in
Ah,
the
me
right.
faltan dos. Ahora
Oh,
me voy
I
a la
need
derecha.
two.
Ah, pero me
I'm
falta
going to
uno.
the
Espérate,
right.
me voy
Oh,
para la
I need
izquierda.
one. I'm going
No
to
te
the
dé pena.
left.
Aunque estés hablando con alguien, dame un segundo que tengo que cambiar mi
Don't be
configuración.
embarrassed, even if
Eso es
you're
un buen
talking
ejemplo.
to
No te
somebody. Give
sientas
me a
mal.
second. I'm going to
¿Ok?
change my setup. You're
Segundo,
giving an example. Don't feel bad about it. Second,
suscripciones mensuales. Esto es
the monthly
necesario.
subscriptions.
Ese es el
This
auto
is
envío.
necessary. That's the auto shipment.
Escúchame esto. La
Listen
manera
to
en que
this.
yo hablo el
The
auto
way
envío
in which I talk about the auto
es tu
shipment
renta.
is your rent.
That's it.
That's all.
Ninguna renta de una oficina,
No rent of
de
an
un negocio,
office, of a
ninguno,
business.
te
No
cuesta
rent
$199.
costs $199.
Ninguno.
None.
Ese es nuestro autoenvío. Tú tienes que
That
tener
is
puesto tu
your auto
autoenvío.
shipment. You have to have your
Tengo
auto
mucha
shipment
gente en
there.
mi equipo
I
que
have a lot
trabaja
of
como
people in
core
my
que no tienen
team
el
that
autoenvío.
enrolled as core that don't have the auto shipment.
Advance, que no tienen el autoenvío.
Advanced that don't
Premium,
have
que
an
no
auto
tienen el
shipment.
autoenvío.
Premium that don't have the auto
Yo sé
shipment.
que el premium te da 3 meses.
I know premium gives you
Great.
3 months.
Pero
Okay,
déjalo
cool.
seteado ya. Tú
But
no
let
quieres que
it
después se te olvide. Después de tres
leave
meses
it
no te
there
acuerdas
set.
ni el
You don't want
nombre.
to forget it. After three
Déjalo
months, you're
puesto.
not even going
Si
to remember the
te
name.
van a
Leave it there.
cobrar hasta que
They're
eso
not going to
suceda.
charge you anyway until
Entonces
it
te voy a
happens.
enseñar cómo se hace eso
So
y
I'm
cómo
going to
funciona
show
el
you how you
autoshipment.
can do that.
¿Cómo voy al autoenvío?
How do I go to
Espérate,
the auto
déjame.
shipment? Okay, wait a second. second.
no di share.
I didn't
Aquí
share.
está, lo puedes ver.
You're not going to be able to see it.
Aquí estoy. Ok, volví a mi oficina virtual,
Okay,
escúchame.
I went back to my
Esto es importante.
virtual office. Okay, listen to this because it
Ellos ya
is
nos dijeron que
important.
la página
They already
la
told
están
us
cambiando el
that
año
they are
próximo.
changing
Les
the
acabo el
page
contrato,
next
ellos
year
quieren una página
because the
más amigable,
contract
es
is
decir,
finishing and they
hay
want a
cosas
more
que
friendly
todavía no
user
pueden ver.
web
Por
page that
ejemplo,
I agree
la
with.
que
There are
consiguió,
still things that
estamos
we can't
en
see.
el
For
último
example,
rango de la
My husband and I are in the last rank of the company. Since we're in the last rank, we see this, and I can't see my numbers there, but I know that I reached the 200,000 points in volume because to be able to be a senior presidential director, which is the last rank of the company, you need 200,000 points. But I don't know where I'm at because I can't see it. So there are things that we still have to fix here. But let's not see what we don't have. Let's see what we do have. How can I see the auto shipment? Number one, first you check here. Look, monthly subscription purchase. If you go there and you click, you are going to see what you have. Okay? You see I have mine. Now I have an Iceway pack and an X39, okay? If I want to change this, I'm going to edit. I'm going to put and change whatever I want. And at the end, you have here, imagine that I take away this one and I'm going to add an SP6. At the end, you're going to see update, okay? So I update it. I don't know why I can't do it here. Oh, okay, yes, because I have the Zoom tab. Okay, I changed it. It's up now. So at the end, you can see update and you update it and there you've got it done. Now, if you go here where it says monthly subscription purchase in your initial tab, then you just add it. How do I add it, Rochelle? Okay, perfect. You go to the store, then you go to where the patches are. Store, you go to where the patches are. You click on patches, and there you're going to see all the patches that there are. Remember that what we need monthly is 110 points. 110. The X39, each patch, each product that you do click on, here, look, you're going to see volume. There you can see the volume that it gives you. X39 gives you 77 in volume. So 77, okay. If I got one, look at where I'm going to add it. Add it to monthly subscription order. You click there, and this takes you directly to your cart. It was added to your order. And now, let me see. Oh, sorry, this is something that. Now here you're going to continue. You're going to see other patches because remember you can get two X39 or you can combine it. For example, I love SP6, which is $69, sorry, and it gives you 55 points. And that is enough. I also add it to the monthly subscription. And with this, you haven't finished yet. There are people that leave it there and say, okay, since it says added, I finished. No way, Jose. You go to the cart and you go to finalize purchase. And there you add all your information.
Bueno, yo no voy a poner mis datos ahora, pero ven
And
aquí
well, I'm not
arriba,
going to put my
segundo
information in
paso,
now, but here, the
configure su
second
pedido de
step
suscripción
is
mensual.
to set up
Ahí
your
tú te
monthly
aseguras que sea
subscription
la
order.
fecha
And there you have to
adecuada,
make
que es
sure that
un
it's in the
mes,
correct
dentro
date,
de
which is
30 días,
1 month, so in 30
¿verdad?
days,
Dentro de
correct?
30 días,
So
ya
in
hice todo
30
aquí,
days
sigues llevando tus
time,
pasos.
and you continue
Eso
following the next
es
to the next
el
steps.
autoenvío.
That
Ahora,
is
es
the auto
importante
shipment. Now, something important here,
que yo no lo sabía y pagué la
which
novatada
I
y después
didn't
me di
know
cuenta.
and I had to
Con
pay as a
respecto
rookie
al
in the
autoenvío,
company. Talking
cuando tú
about
haces
auto
el
shipment,
autoenvío, supongamos
when
que
you do
pensaste
an
que
auto shipment,
afiliaste
imagine that
un
you
31 de octubre.
entered on October
Lógicamente, en tu
31st, you
cabeza
were
vas a
affiliated and
decir, ok,
enrolled on
es
October
hasta
31st.
el
Obviously, in
30
your
de
head, you're going to say,
pues
okay,
no,
until
déjame
November
hasta el
30th,
31
right?
de diciembre.
Because
No,
November
son
doesn't have
30
30
días.
days or December 1st.
No pongas
Those
esa
are my
fecha.
30 days. Do
Pon
not
3
put
días
that
antes.
date. Put
Rachel,
3 days
¿por qué 3
before.
días antes?
Rochelle, but
Porque
why
la
3 days
compañía
before?
tiene esta póliza.
Because the company has
Ellos
a
dan 3 días desde
policy. They give
que es
you
la
3 days
fecha que tú
since the
pusiste
date that you added
para saber
for
y
your auto
verificar
shipment.
que la
So you
tarjeta
can
que tú
see
hiciste
and know that the
generó
card
y el
that you
pago
have,
sí funcionó.
and let me
Porque
clarify that the
sabemos,
payment did
yo no
work.
sé si tú lo sabes, pero yo tengo tienda.
Because
Y
we
hay
know, I
gente
don't
que
know
le
if you
llegó
know, but I
tarjeta
have a
o le robaron la tarjeta
store
y no
and
actualizaron
there
la
are
tarjeta.
people
So el pago
whose
no va, no
card
pasa
was
nada.
stolen
Entonces
or they
ellos no te van a
lost
enviar
it
algo
and they
y el
didn't
pago no
update the
pasa nada.
number and then
So,
the
¿qué ellos
payment is
hacen?
not
Esperan
going through.
3 días
So they're
y
not going
después de
to
3 días
send you
ya
something if
aparece
the payment didn't
que
go
tu
through. So
auto
what
envió fue.
do? They wait for three
Entonces,
days. And
para
after
que esos
three
3
days, you
días
can see the
no
auto
te
shipment was
saque
sent.
de tu
So for
actividad,
these
es
3 days,
decir,
not to
que
take
no
you out of your
aparezcas
activity.
inactivo o
So
que tú no
that
estés
means for you not to
cerrado,
be
yo siempre
not
recomiendo que
active or with
3
a
días
closed
antes
business, I always
tengas
recommend
tu
that
fecha.
3 days before
Si se
you
termina
add
el
your date.
31,
If it's on the
excelente. El
31st,
27
then
o el
add
28.
the date
En
for the
preguntas así,
27th
ellos
or
me
the
saben acerca y
28th.
está bien.
Do you
Ok,
understand? Let me
¿qué
know
con
if
lo
you
del
understand.
autoenvío?
Do you understand about the auto
Cuando
shipment?
hay alguien que te diga no quiero
When there is
autoenvío,
somebody that says, I don't want an auto shipment,
dice que no hay suscripción, si la hice. Lo más
they say
seguro,
there is no
mira, la
subscription and
tecnología
you did
no puede fallar, pero la
enroll. Well,
tecnología no se equivoca. Igual que tus
technology can
computadoras. Lo
have
más seguro es
issues,
que no
but it's
hiciste lo
computers, so
correcto. A
normally
mí
it
me pasó
doesn't.
al principio. Yo
Probably you
decía,
didn't
ya
do
yo
the
lo
cart. That
agregué, ya
happened
yo
to
lo
me at the
agregué, pero yo
beginning.
nunca lo
I was
añadí al
like, yeah, I
carrito
added
para
it, but I
finalizar
didn't go to the
Acuérdate,
cart to
finalizar el carro no
finalize
significa que te
the
van a cobrar
purchase.
hoy, te van a cobrar
Remember,
en 30
finalizing
días,
the purchase
pero
doesn't mean
tienes
that
que
they're going to
finalizar el
charge you today.
proceso.
They're going to
¿Ok?
charge you in 30 days. But you need to
Continúo.
finalize the
Nos vamos
process.
pasando
Okay,
siempre ya
let's
con
continue because I
ya con
can't
dónde
take
voy.
too long because look,
Suscripciones
I still have a lot left.
mensuales. Perdón que
So
estoy haciendo
monthly
la lista.
subscription. Sorry, I'm looking at my list.
Personas que han inscrito, ¿cómo entrar
People
con las
who
licencias
have
hacia cuentas de Onboarding?
enrolled
Ok. Entonces,
as
¿dónde te
okay.
salen las
Yeah, let me
personas
talk about
que
this.
tú
So,
has
where do
inscrito
you see the people that you have enrolled
personalmente?
personally?
¿Y dónde encuentro
And where do
mi
I find
enlace? Escucha bien,
my link?
tu
Okay,
enlace
listen to
es tu
this.
mejor
Your
amigo.
link is your best
Tú
friend.
debes tener en tu
You
teléfono
need to have
una
in
nota,
your phone a
una nota
note
donde tú tengas tu back
where
office
you
o tu
have the back
oficina
office
virtual,
or
el
your
enlace,
virtual office
que
with a link
en el mensaje predeterminado,
that in the
mensaje de
predetermined
bienvenida y todo
message
eso.
of welcome,
So, tú
all that
pones
has to
eso,
be there. So you
tu back office,
just
tu
say that
enlace
in your back
para la gente que se
office,
quieren unir a tu equipo
your
y
link
tu
for the people
enlace
who
para
want
la
to
gente
join
que
your
quieren
group,
comprar
and your
solo el
link for the
producto.
people that just want to purchase product.
Ojo, son dos enlaces distintos.
Now, these are two
¿Cómo
different
llego a
links,
esos
okay?
enlaces? Eso es
How
lo
do
que
I
voy a
get
hacer
to
ahora.
those links? That's what I'm going to do now.
Ok. ¿Cómo llego a mi
Okay,
enlace?
how do I
Cuando
get
tú
to
vas a
my
inscribir a
link?
alguien nuevo, tú vas aquí, fíjense,
When
esta es
you're
la
going to
barra
enroll
donde yo
someone
pongo
new, you
como
go
ejemplo.
here. Look at this.
Vas
This
a
is your
organización, vas a
taskbar.
número
That's
de
your best friend.
suscripción.
You go to
Ahora
organization,
seguramente me
new
sale lo del robot y
enrollment.
todo eso.
I'm
¿Ven?
probably going to see
El
with the
robot.
robot now and everything, right? Yeah,
Ujú.
there it is, the
Ahí está.
robot. Okay, there it is.
Ahora, aquí te sale para hacer una
Now,
nueva inscripción.
here you
Ahí es
can do
donde
a new
tiene que ir la
enrollment.
persona.
That is
¿Qué tú
where the
haces ahí?
person
Tú
needs to
cliqueas
go to.
arriba
You
en
click
la
there
barra y
in the
ven
bar
que se colorea
and
esto.
you see that this is
¿Ven
colored.
esto que aparece ahí?
You see
Ese
this
es tu
that comes
enlace.
out here?
Tú
That is
vas
your link
arriba,
that you do.
a
You go
editor,
up there,
copy,
you edit,
baja tu nota del teléfono
copy,
y
you go to
paste.
the notes on your phone and
Y
you
lo
paste
guardas.
and you save it.
¿Ok?
Okay?
Copy y pega. Copia y
Copy
pega.
and paste, copy and paste.
Fíjense que ustedes ven
This
cómo
that
dice
you have
Carlos
here,
y Rachel.
you see that it says
Este es
Carlos
mi
and
enlace
Rochelle.
para la gente que
This
quiere
is
inscribir.
my link for the people who want to
Así
enroll.
obtienes tú tu enlace.
That is how you obtain your
Ahora,
link.
¿cómo obtengo
Now,
el
how do
enlace de los
I
productos?
obtain the link of the
Desde aquí
products?
mismo, donde
From
estás,
here, where
vas
I
a ir a
am,
Shop
you're
o
going to
tienda,
go to shop or store.
vas a elegir cualquier producto.
You're going to choose any product.
Vas a hacer el mismo proceso.
You're going to do the
Cliqueas
same
la barra de
process.
arriba
You're going
y
to
ahí te sale tu
click up
enlace
here,
de
and
producto.
there you see the link of your product.
Así de sencillo.
It's that
Uno
easy.
es donde están los paquetes,
One
el
is
otro es
where
baja donde
are
dice shop
the
o tienda y
packs, and the
cuando
other one where it says shop or
traslade a los
store.
productos,
And when it
ese
changes
es tu
to
enlace.
the products, that is your link.
Díganme si entendieron.
Tell me if you understood what I did until now.
Si hay que hacer el checkout en el carrito, si no se va.
If you have
Exacto.
to do the
Aunque es
checkout,
obligatorio hacer la compra
yes,
mensual.
exactly.
Mira, Ellery, no es
Do you
obligatorio
have to
nada
do
en
the
la vida.
monthly
¿Ok?
purchase? Look,
No es
there's
obligatorio.
nothing that we're going to
Pero
force you
la
with,
pregunta que tú
nothing.
tienes que hacerte es,
But the
¿tú
question
quieres
that you
tener
need
las
to ask
puertas de tu negocio
yourself is,
abierto
do you
o
want
no?
to have the
¿Qué
doors of
pasa?
your business
Si tú no has
open or
pasado
not?
110
What
puntos
happens if you
de
don't do
activación,
110 points
110
in
puntos de
activation,
negocio personal?
110 points in
Eso
personal volume?
significa que tú no estás
That means
activa.
that you
Si tú no
are not
estás activa,
active. And
no
if you are
cobras.
not active,
Las
you're not
comisiones
going
no
to get
salen.
paid.
Es como si
Commissions
tú
are not
tuvieras un
coming out.
negocio
It's as
puertas
if you
cerradas el
had a
día entero.
business with
Y si
closed
a ti te
doors the whole
interesa hacer
day.
el negocio,
So
yo
if
sí
you're
te
interested
recomiendo
in doing the
que te
business, I do recommend, and I'm not
que estés
forcing
activa,
you, but I
porque si no, no
recommend
me
for
puedes
you to
cobrar.
be
Entonces, ¿qué
active because if
sentido
not, you're
tiene
not
la
going to be
inversión que
able to get
hiciste?
paid. So
¿Comprende lo
what sense does it have,
Entonces yo sí lo
the
recomiendo.
investment that you did? You know what I
Mensual
mean? So I
que
do recommend
es
it. Monthly,
199, son
it's
110 puntos.
199,
Escúchame,
110
son
points.
110 puntos. Tú puedes
Listen,
coger
it's
un paquete de
110 points. You
20-29
can
y
put a
otro de
pack of
22 que te da
X39
125
and the
puntos.
rest that give you 55
Ya la
points.
suma, te da 134
And then you
exactamente.
add it and it gives you
Ya, por eso estamos
134
aquí, 109 o
exactly.
110.
And with that, you're above
O
110.
puedes agarrar 12, uno SPC y
Or you can get
SPC
one
o SPC, como quieran que el
SP6,
inglés español.
sorry,
SP6 y otro Eon.
SP6 and an Eon.
No te da todavía, ese no. Tiene que ser
No, that
X39
doesn't
y
give
uno
you
que va
anything.
acompañe.
X39 and one with
O
that
dos
one.
de X39. Tú
Or
tienes
two
que ver
X39.
110
You
puntos.
have to know
Cada
that it's
parche, como les
110
enseñé
points.
anteriormente, ahí dice los
Each
puntos que te
patch,
da.
as you can see, it
Claro,
tells
lo
you how
aparece
many
Fer
points you
y ahí
get.
Fer
Okay,
nos lo
thank you, Fer.
enseña cómo es en el teclado de computadora. Yo no
Fer is
soy muy
showing
buena con
us
el
how you
teclado de
do it
computadora porque
in
yo es
the
computadora,
computer.
pero bueno. Sí,
I'm not
voy
good
para el
doing it
próximo
with
punto.
the computer board, so I'll
Eh,
just leave it like that.
Próximos rangos. ¿Dónde, Rachel, yo
Next
puedo ver
ranks. Where, Rochelle, can
cómo
I
yo llego
see
a los rangos y
how I
cómo
can reach
estoy
the ranks
con
and how I'm
las
doing
calificaciones?
with
Voy para allá.
the qualifications? Let's go over there.
Ya se las voy a enseñar porque tengo que ir a otra cuenta
I'm
porque
going
como
to
les digo,
show
aquí
it
ya no
to
me
you in a
sale porque
second because I
estoy
have to go to another
en el
account
último rango de la compañía.
because I'm in
Entonces
the
ya lo voy a
last rank
enseñar
of the
donde
company.
podemos
So
ver.
let me show you
Cuando
where we
ustedes
can see that.
entren, aquí lo tengo ya.
When you enroll, here it is now.
Cuando ustedes entren a su oficina virtual
When you
igualmente,
access your virtual
ustedes
office,
van a ver
you are going
que
to
acá,
see that here,
ven, miren aquí. Ve, aquí le
look at
dice a esta
this.
persona
Here, you're
su
telling
próxima
this person
clasificación,
that their next
calificación cuál sería. Llegar al
classification is
rango
going
de
to be
manager.
reaching the
Manager es
manager
el
rank.
primer rango de
Manager
la
is
compañía.
the first rank of
Primero,
the company, the
¿qué se
first one.
necesita para manager? Y esa
What
debe
do you
ser la
need to
meta
reach
de todas las
manager? And
personas
that
que
should
acaban de
be
dar
the goal
negocio.
of every
Tu
person who
meta, si tú
enrolled in the
acabaste de
business.
entrar, es llegar a
Your
manager.
goal, if you just
Fidelidad,
started,
que
is
no conoce
reaching
cuatro
manager.
personas.
Don't tell me that you
Cuatro
don't know
personas.
4 people,
Que
just
entren
four
con el
people
paquete de core
that enroll
en
with a core
adelante
pack
y van a
onward.
poner dos personas en la
And
izquierda,
you're going to put
dos personas en la derecha y necesitas 300
two
puntos
on
de
the
volumen
left,
personal. Esa es la
two on the right,
razón, escúchame, esa es la razón por
and
la que
you
nosotros
need
decimos,
the
si tú
200
lo que
points in
quieres es
personal
hacer el
volume. So that
negocio,
is the reason why we
entra
say if
como
what you want to
advanced.
do is work a
¿Por
business,
qué como advanced?
enroll as
Porque el
advanced. Why as
core
advanced? Because
te da
core
180
gives
puntos.
you
Y
180
supongamos
points.
que tú entraste como core
And imagine that
y
you
ya tienes
enrolled
tus
as
dos
core
personas de la
and
izquierda
you
y
already
dos
have two
personas de la
people at
derecha,
your left and two
pero no
people at
tienes
your
los
right.
300 puntos,
But you
sino los
don't have the
180
300
puntos
points.
que
You
dijo
have
el paquete. ¿Qué se
180
hace?
points that the
Tienes que
pack that
esperar
you
a
enrolled
que
with gave
esos
you. You
puntos se
need to
hagan.
wait for
Puedes
those
hacerlo vendiendo
points
parches
to
o
be
comprando
done
tú
by selling
para
patches or
hacerte más.
purchasing
Cuando
to
si
be
tú
able to
entras
reach the
como
manager
advanced,
rank.
ya tú tienes los 300
Nevertheless, if
puntos
you enroll as
y solamente
advanced,
te
you already
falta
have the
buscar a las dos
300
personas de
points
cada
and you
lado.
just need to search
¿Comprenden lo que le estoy
those
diciendo?
people
Y
on each
ese tipo de
side.
análisis no lo hace
You understand
ahora.
what I mean?
Si tú lo que
And that
quieres es
type of
probar
analysis is not
el
something that you do
producto
from the
core,
beginning.
porque
Now,
eso es
if
lo que
you
te
just
dice el
want to
análisis,
try the
que
product,
es lo
core
que
is fine because
recomienda
you have
que
3 months,
uses el
which is what
producto
they
antes de
recommend you
hacerte cualquier
for
opinión
using the
sobre él.
product before having an
Este
idea,
día,
making
entonces,
yourself an idea
¿dónde
about
veo
it.
los rangos? Velo
So
acá
where do I
y
see
puedes
the
ver,
ranks? I
ver
see them
detalles de la
here. You can
promoción.
see details of the promotion.
Tú entras ahí y ahí te va a
You
salir
enroll
en
here,
esta
and
barra que
here
vemos
you're
acá,
going to
¿ven?
see in
Esta
this
barra
bar
que
that
dice
we have
para
here, you see
manager,
this bar for
estos son los
manager,
requisitos.
you have the
Ser
requirements.
distribuidor y te va
Being a
marcando las
distributor,
palomitas
and
verdes,
here
significa
you're
que ya se
going
lo
to see
cumpliste.
in the green
Las crucecitas rojas significa lo que te falta en
that
esa
you
gente.
have completed it, and
Esta
in
persona,
red
por
that
ejemplo,
you're
le
still
faltan
missing. That's what
las
you
dos
have to
personas de la
focus on.
izquierda
This
y
person,
las dos
for
personas
example,
de la
is
derecha.
missing 2 people on the
¿Por qué
left
dice al
and two
menos con
people on the right. Why
180
does it say
PV?
at
Porque
least
yo
with
te estoy diciendo,
180 PV?
si
Because it's
entras
the same
cuatro
thing that I
personas
say.
core
If you enroll
y tú
four
tienes tus
people in
300
core and
puntos
you have your
porque
300
entraste como
points
advance o porque
because you
vendiste,
enrolled with
hiciste,
advanced or because you sold,
ya tú eres manager y ya eres
then
el
you're
primer
already
rango de la
manager
compañía.
and you're already the
¿Dónde
first rank of
busco
the
las otras
company.
calificaciones?
Where do
Vienes a
I
la
search
barra
for the next
próximos
qualifications? You
rangos
go to the
para
bar,
director
next rank, which is for
y ahí te va a
director,
salir
and there
que
is where you are
necesitas
going
para
to see
director.
what you need to be a director.
Necesitas tres personas de un
You
lado
need
izquierdo,
3 people
de
on the
core
left
en
side
adelante,
from core
tres
onward,
personas de un lado
3
derecho,
people on
de
the
core
right
en
side from
adelante,
core onward,
un manager
one
a la
manager
izquierda,
at the
otro
left,
manager
another
a la derecha.
manager at the right.
¿Qué es lo que siempre yo les
What
recomiendo?
is what I always
Y lo que
recommend,
entreno y lo que hablo.
what I train,
Foco
and what I
al
talk
manager.
about? Focus on manager.
La base de este negocio es una
The base
manager
of this
manager.
business is being a manager making machine. Why? Because that is the foundation. That is what everything is made up of. For directors, you need two, one, and one. For
Después comienzas a
managers.
observar en
After,
tu
you
equipo
start
de esas
observing
tres
in your
personas que
team,
tienen
out of
uno al
those
lado
three
de
people
más
that you have on one
entre
side
el
or
otro,
more,
ok,
or three on
¿quiénes
the other,
pueden llegar a más?
okay,
¿Cómo
who
te
can
puedo
reach
apoyar?
manager?
Vamos a hacer llamadas,
How
vamos a
can we
ayudar,
support you? Let's
vamos a
do
hacer un live en las
calls. Let's
redes
help
y
you. Let's
empiezas a
do a
hacer
live on social
estrategias
media.
para
And you
poder
start
ayudar a tu
preparing
equipo a
strategies to
llegar
be
a esas
able to help your
posiciones y
team to
también a
reach
las
those
otras.
positions
¿Ok?
and also you to the
Ah,
next
pero ahora yo
positions
quiero
that are
saber
upcoming.
cuál es el
Now,
próximo
I want
rango.
to know
Senior
which are the
Director.
next
¿Qué
ranks. Senior
necesito?
director.
A lo que voy.
What do I
En
need?
esta
Okay.
barra, tú vas
In
buscando
this
el rango
bar, you're
y
going
te
to
va
search
saliendo
for the rank
todo lo que tú
and
necesitas.
you are going to see everything you need.
Hasta ahí. Wow, 10 mensajes, ¿ok?
Wow, 10
Bien.
messages. Okay, let me read them.
Ah, ok, Kaira, sí. Eso es porque, como
Okay,
te contestó
Kaira,
Araceli.
yes, just like Araceli said
Porque,
to you, what
escúchame
happens,
esto.
okay? Listen to this.
Cuando tú pierdes un rango,
When you lose a rank,
es porque alguien de las...
it's
Ok, no
because
entiendo.
somebody,
Si
no,
tú
let
eres
me say
manager
this. If
y
you're man in a
solamente
different
tienes
way,
dos personas
if
en tu
you're a
lado
manager
y
and
dos
you only have
personas
two
del
people
otro,
on one side
la
and two people
realidad
on
es
the
que
other
dependen de
side,
esas
the
cuatro
reality
personas.
is that you depend on those four
Por
people.
eso es que decimos que no podemos olvidar y no
That's
podemos
why we
dejar
say that we
de
can't
reclutar,
forget
de
and we
traer
can't stop
prospectos, de
recruiting and
invitarlos a
bringing in
llamadas como las que
prospects
tenemos
to
hoy de
invite
presentación de
them to
negocio.
calls like
No
today,
podemos, porque
presentation
si tú
for the
nada más
business.
dependes de esas personas,
Because
¿qué ocurre? Lo
you,
más
if
seguro,
you
Kaira,
just
que te
depend on those
pasó
people,
es que
probably what
alguna
happened,
de ellas
Kyla, is that
no te
one
invitó
of
también.
them didn't have the
Y
auto
nosotros
shipment.
como líderes
So,
o
as
terceros que somos líderes
leaders, all
también,
of you who are
hay que
also
estar
leaders
revisando, ok,
need to
esta
be
persona mía
checking,
tiene
hey,
autoenvío
this
o
person has
no
auto
tiene
shipment or
autoenvío.
doesn't have auto
¿Dónde tú
shipment.
ves si tiene autoenvío
Where
o
do
no
you
tiene
see if they
autoenvío?
have auto
Te voy a
shipment or don't
enseñar.
have auto shipment? Let me show it to you.
Tú vas acá al equipo que
You go
tienes
here to the team that you've got
personalmente,
personally.
acá tú lo buscas,
Here
¿ves?
you search for them, okay?
Espérate porque estaba, te lo encontré. Aquí organización,
In
equipo
organization,
inscrito
enrolled
personalmente.
team
Ahí te
enrolled
sale
personally,
todo. Y miren,
and you see
acá
everything
en
there.
esta barra,
And here in this bar,
espérate, que no me salió. Dame un segundo. Es que esto,
oh, sorry, I can't see it right now.
voy
Just give me
a
a second.
equipo inscrito
I go to
personalmente. No,
enrolled,
claro.
personally enrolled team.
Discúlpame que estoy en otra y yo decía, pero ¿cómo que no sale nadie? Claro, porque estaba en otra cuenta. Ay, porque estaba enseñándolo lo de los rangos.
Oh,
Ya voy,
sorry,
ya
I
voy,
was
ya
in
voy.
another account. I was
Yo
showing
misma,
you the
se me fue como
ranks.
el
I
hilo,
was
la
like, hey,
organización
what
se fue.
happened? My whole organization
Ok.
disappeared. Okay,
Personalmente,
personally,
miren, aquí en esta barra que
look,
dice
so
envío
here in this
automático
bar
y
that
aquí
says
te va a salir los
automatic
nombres de
order,
todas tus
here
personas
you're going to see the
y
names
todo
of
lo que no tienen,
everybody
que es
and
importante
all
que
the
no
people
tienen
that
ahorita
you
mismo.
don't have.
¿Qué,
See how many
qué es lo
people
que yo
don't
te
have it in
recomiendo?
my
Mira,
team.
acá
What
dice
do I
senior
recommend?
director.
Okay,
Tú
here it
tienes que
says their phone
llamarlo.
number, so you have
De
to
hecho,
start
nosotros
calling those
llamamos todos los
people.
días y
Actually,
les
we call
enviamos
them
mensajes.
every day, and we
Acuérdense
send
de,
them
please,
messages.
auto envío.
Remember your
Please,
auto
envío. Porque
shipment.
ve, cuando
Please get
sale
on
rojo,
auto
es
shipment
verdad.
because look, when you
Entonces,
have a
sí,
red cross
chequéate,
here,
Kaira,
you
porque lo
know.
más seguro es que
So
esa
check
persona
that they've got it
no
because
hizo el
probably that
autoenvío o
person
lo
didn't do the
quitó
auto
en algún
shipment
momento.
or
Entonces, ahí es donde
decided
se ve.
to not
Recuerda,
continue
barra
with it at some
organización,
time. So that's
equipo
where you see it.
inscrito
The bar,
personalmente, y ahí se
organization,
pone.
personally enrolled
Bien,
team,
ahí,
and that's
¿qué
where you see
más?
it. Okay. Let's see what else.
Sí, ellos ponen el autoenvío enseguida,
Yes, they put
inmediatamente.
you on auto shipment
Ajá.
immediately.
Si no me interesa, y si las personas clientes que conseguimos no les
And
interesa el
if
negocio,
the
solo son
clients
clientes
are not
continuos,
interested in
¿qué
doing the
sucede?
business, they just
Si
want
son
to be
clientes
continuous
continuos,
clients, what happens?
depende.
If they are
Acuérdate que el
continuous clients,
cliente
it
que
depends.
solamente quiere
Remember that the
productos
client that only
digitales,
wants the
el
product
minorista no va a
is
tener autoenvío,
the
pero paga
retail
el patch
client that is
igual que
not
te
going to
hacemos
have
con
an
el
auto
$30.
shipment, but pays the
O
patch at
sea, preferred customer.
$149.
El
And
preferred
you have the
customer
preferred
le
customer.
salen los
The
paquetes, el
preferred
patch
customer is someone that you
a
can get for the
99,
patches
pero
for
porque sí
99
tiene el autoenvío.
because they do
Entonces, al
have
tener
auto
el
shipment.
autoenvío, esos son puntos
So
que
by
tú
having auto
le
shipment, these are
sumarías
points
en
that
tu
you
volumen
have
personal.
that add to your personal volume.
Entonces, a ti si te lo usas para
So
volumen,
if you use
pero no
it
para
for
llevar rangos
volume,
porque no están haciendo el
you won't
negocio.
use it to reach the
Escúchame,
ranks,
este
but
negocio
not
no
for the
es
business.
solo. Yo no
Listen to
puedo,
me.
no
This
debe, no
business
puede, no
isn't
debe.
only,
Si
should
tú
not
quieres
only
realmente
be
generar
about,
dinero
if you
y
truly want to
crear y
generate
construir un
money
negocio
and you
estable,
want to
tú
create
no
and
puedes
build a
tener
stable
solo la
business,
visión
you
de
don't
vender
have to have
patches.
only the vision of selling
No,
patches.
porque tú
No,
necesitas un equipo.
because you need a team.
Tú tienes que
So you
balancear tu
need
semana,
to
tus
balance
días,
your week and
con
your
hablar con
days
demasiada
with
gente
talking
y
to a
hay
lot
quienes
of
van a venir
people.
solo por el
And some
producto
people
y
are
a
just
lo
going to
mejor
be
en el
there value to the product. And at some time, they might say, now I want to work the business because I see what you're doing and I see what's going on with you. But also to have a vision and to talk with more people. And this is math. The more people you talk to, the more possibilities you will have of growing your team and your sales and having the vision of who might be interested in the business. The worst enemy is prejudging. I can tell you in the last 3 weeks, after I came back from the convention, I came with a different perspective because I saw people there, just like all of us, and that are working the business and are in the first ranks, they're in the last rank of the company, and they're earning a lot of money. And they don't have social media, they're not famous, they don't do anything, they're not even known, they're just common people like the ones that we see walking on the street, like you and I. And what do they do that we don't do? They talk to people, they share. Now, what happens is that in your mind, and this is a very Latin concept, a very Hispanic concept, they see direct sales as something that embarrasses them, something that makes them feel bad, something that, I don't know, it's an incorrect concept. And I understand there's been a lot of fraud, and the human being that doesn't have morale or value exists in any company and in any industry, in any profession. So start by taking all of that off of you, what people have said or what you have said for many years, and understand that this is a business where you need to share, where you're going to sell patches, and you're also bringing people to do the business with you. Until you start taking all the limiting beliefs off, and oh, I'm so embarrassed to be seen. Oh, I'm not going to talk about auto shipment. Believe in your opportunity. Believe in what you have in your hands, not only in the product. Believe in the business that you're building, in the company that we have, in the CEO who has values. Believe in the team that you're in. Believe in yourself. First of all, believe in you. Because if you don't believe in you, nothing is going to happen. That is reality. You're going to speak being afraid, fearful, unsure, and people realize this. You can have Tesla in your hands to sell, and you're not going to sell it because it's not the Tesla, it's not the product, it's your mind. It's your mind. That is your greatest enemy. So you need to get off, unplug from, oh, this person is not going to be interested. What do you know? What do you know about that person? The one that you least imagine can give you what you thought, and the one that you thought it was going to give you a yes can give you an enormous no. So don't let that affect your credibility in the business. How to enroll a new prospect. Let's go.
¿Cómo inscribir un nuevo prospecto? Voy acá.
How to enroll a new prospect. We go here to organization, new inscription. You give it a new inscription. You're going to see the robot there. Oh, this is for security, remember? You have the packs there. How do I see it? The people who enroll as core is because they want to try the product and they're not too sure if they're going to work the business. The one who enrolls in advance, that person can do it and wants to have the product in their hand to be able to give product out and offer more. That's a personal decision. The person who enrolls, imagine, chose advanced because they want to work the business. Okay, let's go to advanced. I do not recommend to send people to change patches here. Why don't I recommend that? Because if you start, and what is for sleep and what is for that, and that's a confused mind. We go back to the same thing I said at the beginning. People, if we simplify the business, we're going to advance more. If we complicate it, we already have enough with our complication of our own mind. Focus. When somebody is enrolling, at least the first 2 months, X39 only. Nothing else. After enrolling to the business and seeing the trainings and entering your webpage and seeing videos, after that, they're going to start seeing it. Okay, what am I going to mix it with? But the recommendation is to start with minimum 2 months of just X39. What for? So you can identify what is changing in them. There you have your 6 of X39. You hit on continue.
Aquí viene la suscripción mensual.
And here you have the monthly subscription. You can see that it's already there, November 30th. But what did I say that we had to do? Remember? 3 days before. So you go here and you go to 3 days before on the 27th. And there you're going to choose what it is that you're going to have that month. Just like she asked for her X39 already, and she asked for three, you can also ask for an X49. Here you see one, and maybe you want to sleep better, so you're going to give them a silent nights, which is the one that you use at night. You're going to hit on save, which is important. And afterwards, you're going to have the auto shipment ready. If you realize, you can always clarify. That doesn't mean that they're going to charge you this money now. The only thing you're going to get charged now is a pack that you enrolled with. And you don't need to pay this again. There are people who ask, and every month I need to pay for this? No, you don't. You need to pay for this every month. And here, you're going to fill out all the information. Very important here. There are people who get confused when it says your personal website and login. There are people who ask me if this means that you need to put my webpage there. No. What this means is what I said at the beginning of the ID. Your username. What is your user ID that you're going to use afterwards to enroll into your virtual office, to access your virtual office? So let's say a name. Imagine that the name is Elena Diaz. If your name is taken, it's going to tell you. And here, you're going to determine the password. Here, you're going to determine the password that you're going to use. You see here, it says username unavailable. That name is already used. So you might use Elena49. It's going to tell you. And here, a password, and you just write it down. After filling out all the information with what you're going to pay, super important to click here. And I agree for all the policies and company terms. And that is how you enroll a new client. What has been my experience, okay? That on the phone, it becomes more complicated. So each time I go, I prefer to use the computer. Some people prefer to use a phone, but for me, it hasn't gone well. If you put two people underneath you and you got to manager, and those people don't sell anything. While those people continue being active, there's no problem. The only thing is that you don't have a volume. They're not giving you volume. We can't just focus on 4 people. We need to continue starting, enrolling. Who here was in the class that we saw in the pro strategy? Which is prospecting, doing follow-up, and presenting. See that class? There is a class there of 30-day goals. You need to have a goal of how many people you want to enroll each week. How many? You can't just stay in 4. Initially 4 for you to reach manager. But you can't say, okay, listen, 4, 2 on the right and 2 on the left, and I'll be a manager. I'm not going to stay there. I want to go to the next level, director. I need 1 more on each side. I'm going to go to my 3 people, 1 on each side. Now I have 2 on each side. I'm going to go to the third. Now I'm going to the fourth. Each week, you need a goal of how many retail you want to sell that purchase only the product and how many associates. If you don't have a number, you're going to continue walking around life depending on your state of how you feel. The number gives you a direction and an action plan. If you don't have a number, it's just going to stay in the air, my friend, because you wake up with a headache, with migraine, with your neck, and you're not going to do anything. If you put a sticker right in front of you, like this one, and you say, I want 3 retail, I want 3 partners. Okay, let's do this. I need to go in. I need to invite people. How many here have invited prospects to today's call? Come on. Okay, look, today in the morning we were talking and we said today is a day of celebration for some. I don't celebrate that, but there are a lot of people who go celebrating, kids, parents, trick or treat. So we do a call or not? And
Claro que
my
sí.
husband was like, yes,
Vamos
of
con
course,
toda
let's
la
do a
llamada.
call. Let's
Si
do
llegan dos,
the
llegan dos.
call.
Si llegan tres,
We
llegan
have
tres.
two,
Pero
we have
nosotros
two, we
vamos
have
con
three,
todo
we have
porque
three,
mi
but let's do the
compromiso no
call
depende del
because my
resto.
commitment
Depende de
doesn't
mí.
depend on the rest. It
Mi
depends on me.
compromiso tiene que ver con mi
My
decisión. Entonces,
commitment
¿cuál es tu
depends on
decisión?
my decision. So
Tú
what
no
is your
puedes
decision?
enfocarte en
You
cuatro,
can't
en
just
dos.
focus on four, two,
No.
and two.
¿Sabes
No.
cuál es la meta?
You know what the
20
goal is?
y 20. Dicho por
20
todos los
and
líderes.
20. This is something
20
that
de la
all the
izquierda,
leaders say.
20 de la derecha.
20 to the left and 20 to the right.
Ponte ese número en tu cabeza.
Put that
Entonces
number in
empieza
your
un
head.
día a la vez. Eres
So
nuevo,
start one day at a
5 esta
time.
semana.
You're new?
4
Okay,
negociando
five
para
this
llegar a
day.
tu
Four
manager.
this day to
Próxima
reach
semana,
manager.
4 más.
Next week,
3
another
más.
four.
2 más.
Three
Lo
more.
que no
Two
puedes es
more.
estar sentada en
What
tu
you
casa
can't do is
tranquila.
just sit down in your
Es
home
hacer
without doing
llamadas,
anything,
seguir
without
por los
doing
contactos de tu
calls,
teléfono haciendo
without
listas.
going to the
Tu lista,
contacts
¿quiénes
of
se van
your
a
phone
llamar?
and
No te
preparing your
vergüences,
list,
no te
your
quites
list
de
of
tu
who you're
vergüenza.
going to call.
Que
Don't
eso
be
no caiga.
embarrassed.
Porque
Don't
si
let
no,
that embarrass you because if not,
entonces te vas a quedar estancada.
you're going to be
Te
stuck.
vas a quedar estancada.
You're just going to get
Algo
stuck where you
importante que
are.
quiero
Now,
que
something
quiero dejar
important that I
claro, porque ya
want
casi tengo que
to
terminar. Ya
leave
dije
clear
cómo
because I
inscribir a un
have to finish
cliente, te
soon.
voy a hablar
I already told
de
you
los
how to
productos
enroll
que se venden
someone.
en
I'm going to
Walmart
talk
y
about the
Amazon.
products that are
Ajá,
being sold in Walmart and Amazon. Okay.
ajá. Ujú. Ok, me faltan 2 cosas que quiero decirle.
Okay, there are two things that I want to say.
Tres
Sorry,
cosas.
three things. Three things. Okay. Number
Personas
one,
que te empiezan a preguntar se venden en
people
Amazon y se
that
venden en
start
Walmart.
ask, do you sell that?
Eso es
It's
ilegal.
sold in
Eso que
Amazon
están
and it's sold in
haciendo no
Walmart.
es
Okay,
legal
that is
porque
illegal. What
nosotros
they're doing
tenemos
is
el
not
patente
legal. Why?
de, no
Because
nosotros,
we
de David
have the
Smith, el
patent.
dueño,
Well,
el
not
señor,
us,
el
David Smith,
fundador,
the owner,
tiene
the
la
CEO,
patente
the founder, has
por
the patent
17 años
for
más.
17
No
more
uno, no
years.
dos,
Not one,
17 años
not
más.
two, 17 more years of
Patente,
patent. It's
nadie
patented. Nobody
puede duplicar ese
can
invento.
duplicate
Ahora,
this invention. Now,
tú me vas a decir que estamos en un mundo
you're going to
donde
say
lo que
that we're
no
in
se
a
puede hacer
world
se hace.
in which what you can't do shouldn't be done and isn't done, are we?
No existe.
It doesn't
Claro que hay
exist.
gente haciendo lo que no es correcto.
Of course,
Gente
there
que
are people
estuvieron en
out
el
there
negocio
doing
y
what is not
vendieron.
correct. People
Gente que
who were in the business
están
used
duplicando
to
lo
be
que
in
no
the business
existe
and
porque
sell it.
no es
People
el
who are
original.
duplicating
No
what
es
doesn't
el que
exist because
realmente
it's
tiene la
not the
tecnología
original
correcta.
one, it's not the
No
one
lo
that
es.
has the true
Entonces,
technology.
no nos
It's not.
enfoquemos
So let's not
en lo que
focus
no tiene valor.
on what doesn't
¿Qué
have
respuesta
value
puedes
for
dar?
us.
Mira,
What
la
answer can
compañía
you give to
sabe
that?
porque
Okay,
nosotros
look,
se
the
los hemos
company
reportado
knows.
todo el
We've
mundo
already reported it.
constantemente.
Everybody
Y en la
constantly is
convención
reporting
de
these
Libre
cases.
Público
And in the
ya tomamos
convention,
cartas
David
en el
explained it.
asunto
We
legal
are
para
already
hacer cosas
with
distintas y llegar a
legal
otro,
matters,
porque
but
ellos saben
legal
cómo llegar.
matters
¿Cuál es tu
don't
prueba?
happen
Mira
from
la
one day to
patente. Tú
another.
puedes
What
buscar
is
esa
your
patente, está
proof?
el
Look
número.
at the
Tú
patent.
vas
You
y
can look at the
físicamente te
patent. You have the
reportan.
number there.
No
You
es un
can see the number
invento que
publicly
te lo
in the
está
report.
diciendo el
It's not
dueño
an
y tú tienes una
invention.
prueba. Tú buscas el número,
Like
tú
the owner's
buscas
just
y
saying
te
it and you
sale.
have no proof. Look at
No
that
tienes
number of the
prueba.
patent,
Mira, ahí
search
está
for
la
it, and
patente.
you'll
Esa
see
es la
it.
que está
There's no
haciendo lo
problem.
incorrecto.
Here is the
¿Qué van a
patent.
hacer los
That
dueños?
person is
Con
doing
la fuente
something
correcta,
incorrectly.
que es el
Do you
dueño,
want to
el
do it?
inventor
Okay,
y
but
el que
do it
creó
with the
la tecnología.
correct
Quiere
source,
seguir
the owner,
comprándolo
the
porque tiene
inventor
30
who
días de
created the
garantía, que
business,
nosotros sí lo tenemos,
or the
y el
one
producto
who
original.
has, and
Si
the
no
one that has
quiere,
30
esa no es la persona que
days
quiere en
of
tu equipo.
guarantee and the original
Tú
product.
quieres gente
Now, that
barata,
person doesn't want that. You
tú
don't
quieres
want that
gente que
person
sea
in your team.
correcta, tú
You
quieres
don't want
gente que
cheap
te vea,
people.
que
You
sea,
want the correct
tú quieres
people. You
gente que de
want
verdad
people
vea
with
esto como
values.
la gran
You want
oportunidad que
people
es.
who sees this at
Tú
the
no quieres
great
gente
opportunity
destruida.
that it is.
Entonces no pierdas tu tiempo.
You want
Next,
people with an
próximo.
open mind, a big mind,
¿Entiendes?
not a small
Y
mind,
nos las
people
pasamos
who are
prestándole
true.
nuestra energía y nuestro oído a
And
lo que sabemos que no es.
we always
Eso es
spend our
una.
time,
Dos,
our
por
energy, and
hogares.
our ear with
Si
things
son
that we shouldn't,
esposos,
that are not good,
los dos no
completely.
pueden tener diferentes cuentas. Si
Now,
son
another one,
esposos.
if you're husband and wife, you can't have the same account,
Tiene que
okay?
ser
If
una
you're
cosa
husband and
justa.
wife,
Como estamos
you need to
divorciados,
have
hacemos una
one
cuenta y se
account for
unen
both
uno y
of you,
otro.
just like me and my
Ok,
husband,
ay,
and
gracias
you
Sol
get
por esa
together. Oh,
imagen.
Sol Angel, you're the
Increíble.
great, you're the
Qué
greatest. Thank you so
bonito.
much.
Ahí Sol Ángel puso la
Sol
clase
Angel
de
wrote
la
on the
estrategia
chat
pro para
the
seguir las metas que
class
vienen.
for the pro
Entonces,
strategy to be able
eso.
to
Y
follow the coming
tercero,
strategies. And the third thing,
¿cómo te pagan? Tú vas a
how do
ir
you get
viendo
paid?
en
You
tu
are going to
página
see
web que
on
te
your
van a
web
salir las
page
comisiones
that
cuando
you're
ya
going to
empieces a
see
hacer
the
dinero.
commissions
Hay
once you
4
start
maneras de
earning
hacer
money.
dinero.
There are four
Está
different ways of earning
si
money.
vendes paquetes de parche, que es como
If
un kit de
you sell packs of patches with a retail client, if you enroll people as part of your team in the company, there's a binary, which are the cycles. You have to see the compensation plan training, which is done every Tuesday, and the matching bonuses, which is the percentages of 3 generations. You have to see it so you understand. Now, there you're going to start seeing if you sold and enrolled people to be part of your team, you're going to see that you're going to start adding more money, and they leave 2 weeks before giving you the payment. You're going to receive an email initially, the first time, telling you that you have money in your e-wallet so you can do all the setup online with the e-wallet, which is what they use. And that's where you're going to put your banking information, etc., and all the information they ask for so you start getting paid. Until you have that email, you can't do anything. If it takes too long and you already have money, call customer service so they can help you out, okay?
Son la misma parcholinada de las empresas que venden trigo como nosotros en Amazon. No, acabo de explicarlo, Diana.
Are the
Acabo de
Amazon
decirte.
patches just like ours?
Puede
No,
ser que
Diana, I
sean los
just
originales
explained
porque
it.
también
It
los
could be
venden
the
en la
original
tienda, por
patches
eso no
because
te
it
voy a
could be
decir.
somebody that
Pero
was
nosotros
enrolled
ahora
into the
no puedo
business and
coger
is
un
now
paquete y
selling
lo
them, but
vender
you
en
can't
Amazon.
do that. Like, for
No.
example, I cannot just
Aquí
get a
algo que
slip
firmamos no,
that I
no puede
received and sell it
eso no
because
está,
in
no está así.
the contract that I
Nosotros lo armamos
signed,
a través de la
you can't
compañía.
do that. We sell that via the company
Mira, te
only.
afecta si quieres
Does
verlo,
it
no te
affect
afecta.
you?
Te
Yes.
voy a
Whatever
explicar por
you
qué.
want
Porque
to
así
let
como hay,
affect
puede
you will
haber 10
affect you. Let
personas
me
que te
explain
dicen
you
yo me
why.
voy por Amazon
Because
porque es
just like
más
that, there
barato.
could be 10 people
Hay
that say,
otras
I'm going to go via
personas que
Amazon
te van
because
a
it's
decir
cheaper.
yo
There's going
prefiero
to
que
be
compres.
another 400
Hay
that are
gente
going
que
to say, I
compran
prefer the quality product.
copias.
There's always going to be
Yo no
people who
compro copias.
purchase copies, and
Yo
I don't want to
lo que lo hago
criticize,
es
okay?
libre albedrío.
I
Tú
know
quieres
that
comprar eso.
everybody can do what
No
they
puedo obligar a
decide.
nadie.
I can't force
Siempre yo me
people
hago la
to
pregunta,
think like I do, but I
¿yo puedo
always ask
controlar esto?
myself,
Entonces,
can
¿qué
I
pasa?
control this?
Yo me
No?
voy a estresar
Okay, so
por
why
algo
am
que
I
no puedo
going to get
controlar.
stressed about
¿Sabes que
something
sí
that I
puedo
can't control?
controlar?
But you know what I
Yo
can
ser
control?
eficiente,
I can
poder en mi
take this
mente
out of my
cómo voy a
mind and
llamarlo hoy.
put in my mind, who am I
Yo
going
por
to
eso no te
call
digo eso.
today?
Yo no
At
digo que
least
tienes
that's
que
how I
hacerte
see
hoy
it.
mismo.
I'm not saying that
Pero
you need to do the same
no
thing.
puedo tener dos
But
pensamientos
since I can have
simultáneamente. Yo
two
decido
thoughts at the
que
same
hay algo
time
en mi
in my
vida hoy
mind,
que me va a llevar
I
allá.
decide to
Y
leave
no
and
tengo que
allow the
tratar de
one that is
convencer a
going to
nadie.
help
Si tú
me
tienes que
progress
convencer a
and
alguien,
not the
esa
one that
persona no es para ti.
means I have to convince. If I have to
El que
convince
no tienes que
someone,
convencer
that
es
person
el
is
que
not
sabes que
from
va a
the
trabajar y
business
va a hacer
because
las
the
cosas bien.
person that you know is going to work and do things
Bueno,
with you is a person that doesn't need
te
to be
mando un
convinced.
besito.
You understand?
Tenemos que terminar.
Well, I'm
Tenemos
sending
ahora
you a
llamada de
big
presentación
kiss.
de
We have to
oportunidad
finish. We have
y
a
ya empieza
presentation
ya.
opportunity call coming up that is
Así
starting
que los veo
right now.
allá
So
y
I'll see you right
aquí la
there.
grabación la voy a
And
poner
here
después. No se preocupe que
I
yo siempre antes de
will
acostarme
post the
pongo las
recording.
grabaciones
Don't worry,
para que
because
usted
I
las
always
tenga.
post the recording before
Les
I go
mando
to
un
bed. So
besito
you have them. I'm
y
sending
nos
you a
vemos
great
en unos
kiss
minutitos.
and see you in a
Sí.
couple of minutes, okay?
Sigan conectando sus equipos con
Connect
todos los
your
que necesiten.
teams to our
Bye.
trainings.
Gracias.
Bye.
Un
Thank
abrazo.
you. Big hugs.